Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on my channel of truth here. Um, Tonight, I'm going to get into a different kind of topic. Um, I'm just going to reveal some stuff, and as the Master says, be healed according to your faith. All right. So I was going through the web, and I was checking out some things that some brothers was posting up on YouTube. I can't find the video that I was watching, and I went to check my history to see if I could locate the video, but I can't find it. But anyway, I was checking out some stuff, and I came across some things. Actually, this is I also want to give a shout out to BibleHub.com because they have provided us with with a few different versions. Actually, a multitude of versions of the word that you can choose to read from. I always stick to the KJV, and actually, this was one of my bookmarks, and I happened to just click on it, and I've forgotten all about it, and I just kind of want to see what this is right quick before we even get started. Okay, so the King JV. Now you can see it has all the other translations here from the other versions of the Bibles up here. You can go through and find out which one suits you. Like I said, the KJV is it's the bee's knees. It's the one for me. So down here, I'm just gonna read it. It says, "And I saw three unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon." Oh, I remember why I actually. Wow, this was like last year. I looked this up. "And out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." Wow, this is just a bonus for you guys who just happen to turn this on because I did a video called 666 Mark of the Beast or something like that. If you go into my playlist, into my YouTube channel, you'll see it, watch it, and then come watch this as well because this will help add to your knowledge because I don't think I covered this. Um, the three unclean spirits because most of us we can count, but we can't count because we didn't we didn't understand that there was three that came out of the mouth of the beast. Then out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophets. How many did you get? It should be nine, right? Okay, everybody got nine out of this. Now plus the three, the false prophet, one, plus the dragon, two, and the beast, three. So there should be a total of 12 entities that you see here. Okay? So that, like I said, watch that video and then come and watch this because this was just a bonus. I literally clicked on like the Bible Hub link over here, right here, and this is what it came up to. And I normally type it in. So that, like, wow, I'm glad that happened this way. But anyway, back on topic. We are going to be getting into Daniel 12. Hang on. Because I was going to copy this into a Word document, but I feel rather privileged that I am able to use this website. And I normally put it into a. Actually, I'm probably still going to put it into a Word document because I need to highlight words. Actually, I should have put that last bit of scripture into a Word document for the same purposes. Because what I do is teach the truth. I don't care who you are, who you with, who you think you could get to discredit me or whatever, because these words tell me that I'm telling you the truth. Not what your pastor said, not what your mama say, not what your uncle or your aunties and your papas and your whoever, like I said, whatever entity that you choose to summon, your governors, any of them, they can't tell me nothing because they don't know nothing. All they know is what's been on the table in front of them for the past even if I give it, even if an entity happened to make it to 120 years old, that entity that has lived to be 120 years old has only seen what was before his eyes for that 120 years. So, for all the things that have gone on in the world or the universe, that entity has no knowledge of. So, why would I put faith into that? So, is that disrespectful? Oh, you're supposed to respect your elders. Guess who's my elders? My elders wrote this word. You feel me? Do you smell me, brothers and sisters? My elders wrote these words so that I can understand them in this time frame that we have been blessed to be born in, because knowledge has been increased drastically. One, because the internet is here. God shortened time so many times for us so that we could get the point of what's really supposed to be going on. But we are too self-centered. We are too stuck in our ways. And, it take a fire to get things moving, because if I set the house on fire, guess what's getting ready to happen? You either going to get up and try to escape, or you're going to sit there and burn. So let's see who sits there and burn, because today we're going to get some truth out here. And to those elect, you shall be healed. To those who are in transgression, you will be burned. It is what it is, because your understanding is what it is. Makes it what it is. First and foremost, I always like to take the time to say we are reading a spiritual book. This word, everything about it is very much so spiritual. So you cannot read this as you read the ordinary book that was written just for knowledge bases or entertainment purposes on this planet, on this plane, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. So, with that understanding, the words, the definitions on the words that I'm going to give you is called the spirit. Say it with me, spirit. Because when you put a spirit on the word, it gives it life. So, I'm from the hood. So me using the word hood has a certain spirit on that word hood, or terminology of the word hood. So when us from the hood say it, is cool. But if y'all from over there say it ain't cool. That's just the same with the N-word. I'm going to say the N-word because I can nigga y'all to death, but I ain't going there. So it's the same with the N-word. We have... It's for us. You can't say it. It's just what it is, You can't say it. So, with that in mind, your lands of where you come from, I have to put a certain order into this so that you can get an understanding while I break this down for you. These I think we're going to go 1 to 5, and then I'm probably going to run out of time. I only got like 30 minutes. So, when you go from land to land, the same dialect that you would use in the suburbs would be pretty much across the board for them, for suburbanites. But when you come to urbanites from the urban or hood areas, there is different dialects no matter what city you go into. And I said it nice and slow, because if you took the dialect from my city to, even though some of the words have some similarities, it's still not going to be, we still going to have words that we use in my area that they are not going to use in their area, because they don't have certain conditions to even create a use for that word until you come up there and you say, oh, this is what it is. That's how words get invented, basically. But like I said, these are spirits. And we, being the Father's people, are the inventors of, like, we're the master of spirits. It come to us naturally. It comes to us naturally for a reason because we're the Father's children. But with that fact aside, and I say sad fact aside, is because you say you're my Father's children, but you live like women. Like you don't know what you're doing. You're eating the blood of the earth that you was clearly told not to eat, and things of this nature. Like blood means history, so that'll be your genealogies, your lands that you try to trace yourself back to. And people say, "Oh, the first person was in Africa." Wrong, because there was one land mass at the beginning. So you can discredit all of that. All they doing is putting differences. Look, I'm getting off on a tangent, but they putting differences between us so that we will never be able to see the truth, and we will continue to be stuck in this stagnant predicament with failing economies, over overuse of all of our natural resources and things of this nature. They are trying to keep you into a stagnant uh, environment. So, in order to remove yourself from this, I figure I'll come and I'll throw some heals out. Like if you play DCUO, you could be a healer and then you throw some heals out and the whole team get heals. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to heal your brain because it's fucked up. It's foobarred. Your brain is fucked up. And I'm going to be here to tell you straight up the truth. And that's why, you know what? That's why Jesus was hard to deal with, because he tell you the truth. He tell you your brain is fucked up. It is foobarred. Okay? Now that we got the understanding that your brain is foobarred, let me explain to you why your brain is foobarred. Your brain is foobarred because when you first came into this state of being on this plane, which we call the planet Earth, which that is not, wow, so much wrong there. But anyway, when we came to this plane and state of being and you fell out of your mom's womb, you had been immediately thrown into chains of bondage that your parents fell into. This is the sin that you're born into. There's no way around it. It has to happen. Now, once this, because you'll figure it out. You got to go watch some other videos about your ascending and things like that, ascending and descending. But once you ascend, you'll learn and understand what I'm telling you right now, and you'll be like, "Yo, you was just trying to tell me the truth, and now I understand." The change that was put on you first and foremost when you came out was your gender, your name, your color, your race, your ethnicity. What else they put on you? I mean, like, just a bunch of chains. So, I mean, those was like the three basic chains they put on you right then and there. And then you got your birth date. That's another chain. And I know this sounds ridiculous. It sounds totally ridiculous because it was ridiculous when I first found out about it. But then I understand. It was like we were supposed to be like Smurfs. Like, when you grow up in the environment I grew up in, you get nicknames. Everybody gets a nickname. But everybody gets a nickname based upon their characteristics of what they do. I.e. the Smurfs. That is what everybody, the seven dwarfs, Snow White, they all had names based upon their characteristics. Jesus' name is what? Based upon his characteristic. He is the Savior. He was the Messiah, the King of Kings, the ruler of rulers. He is the one to set you free. And he's ruling over you and you don't even know it. You are instantly judged when you pick this book up and just start reading it with everyday knowledge, thinking that these things are what you think they are. That's the sin you're born into. Hey, I'm the pot calling the kettle black because I used to be the pot. So now I'm the kettle, and then I went from being the kettle to the stove to see what the pots is doing when they get stuff put into them and cooking. So that basically the foundation of a use of a pot when it comes to cooking. Now I probably just blew somebody's brain up trying to figure that one out, but yeah. So we're just gonna read. Oh, this ain't that long. We might go through the whole thing. We might not. Uh, let's see how long it is in Word because I like to highlight stuff. Now we get ready to get to this healing because everybody be like, "Oh, my pastor. Oh, it's a revival. Oh, it's a this, it's a that. Oh, you're a dirty ass liar. All you lying ass preachers, pastors, reverends, fathers, whatever you do, whatever you decide to call yourself, you still a liar. All of y'all. So I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something. I am going to show you something. Oh, yeah. Maybe God's trying to tell you something right now. Right now. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to start with, yeah, fudge it. Let's go ahead. We might as well go in. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thine people. Okay. Oops. I'm trying to get this. Bear with me. I'm just fudging this up. Fudge 'em. All right. Hmm. Now, did I get it all? This is. Oh my goodness, this thing is irking my soul. Oh, it's irking my soul. I died a little bit inside. All right. So, the reason why I highlighted this is because most people will read this, and the first thing that you're going to pull out is Michael, which is a name, and the children of thy people. Now, once you start looking at things this way, you then see blood because you need to go in and find out who the children of thine people is. And then you need to go in and find out who Michael is. Okay? So, blood is the history of a people, how you got to where you are today. That is the blood of the earth, which it is written in Genesis, you shall not eat but pour it onto the earth. So if you're trying to get to where I am, you can't get there because it is written, no flesh and blood being may enter into the kingdom. And if you eat this stuff, you are then flesh and blood, so you can't enter into the kingdom. I've been there. I'm doing that. I'll put it like that. I'm not going to say I've been there and I've done that. I've been there and I'm doing that. Now, before your very eyes, this is what I'm telling you. All right? You have to be able to see tomorrow if you're going to see the kingdom. And if you can't see tomorrow, then the kingdom will never come to you. All right. And then it says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as was never since there was a nation, even to the till that time, even to that same time. Okay. Now, what's going on here is I still got this thing on? Like, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. Now, actually, you know what? This is going to be too much for what I'm actually trying to give you. So let's disregard. Actually, remember what I told you about the blood, but let's go down here to number 2 because I really have down written 2, 3, 4, and 5 that I'm supposed to go over. You got go over to give you this gift with. So, and I only got a few minutes, so I'm not going to get into that because that's a lot of meat. All right, down here, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awaken. Now, this is what I'm saying. This is going on right now. If you have faith in anything, this is going on right now. Right now. If you have faith in nothing, this is going on right now. Because you need to know what anything, nothing, none, even, like, that's why they couldn't tell you, because you need to know even what even is. But you don't know. You just don't know. So I can't get into that because I'm short on time. I only got like 14, a couple minutes, 13 minutes. And then it says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awaken. Now, when you say sleep in the dust of the earth, for one, you need to know where earth is. Earth is not the thing you're standing on, okay? Earth is you. It's earth knowledge. It's what you're born into. It's your sin that you're carrying, but you don't know it's a sin. So that's you, earth knowledge. So you'll be awakening. You shall awake out of this dust here. Okay, so the knowledge is your knowledge is dust because it's of the earth, and you shall awake from it. And then it says some to everlasting life. And then it says, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Now, the reason why I really wanted to read this was because when you wake up and you understand what I'm telling you, that these words don't mean what they actually mean, there are levels to these words, and these levels to the words is what actually judge you. So once you start to remove certain layers from you, which would mainly be the earthly aspects, the way we would see it in everyday knowledge, from being taught from first to fourth grade, or I mean, first to 12th grade or college, or I meant to say I was talking about 4 years of college, not fourth grade, but you know what I mean. So that will allow you to then ascend up. This is how you start to ascend upwards. And I know I feel like I'm starting to ramble, but I'm running short on time. And then it says, so those who wake, I'm at everlasting life because the knowledge I have is keeping me alive. Nobody can kill me. Nobody can take what I have from me because you can't take nothing from nobody. But that's another day, another story. I have videos on this stuff. You have to go and get the videos. There's another thing that I'm going to sidebar on is where you find things like the pearly gates, right? You find those in, where do you find pearls? That's how you find the pearly gates in the Bible. So once you understand that in Revelation, that Jesus tells you that waters is multitudes, nations, tongues, and peoples. Now, once you understand that's water, then you understand that you find pearls in water, right? Right? So that's the 12 gates of judgment is in the water. You don't know that you are in the water. when you're dealing with this blood, you're in the water, because then you have picked you a nation that you deal with, whether it be an Edomite nation, Israelite nation, or so on, etc. Um, Next is, where does gold come from? Gold comes out of, you got to dig deep in the mountains to get gold. So what is a spiritual mountain? What did God call a spiritual mountain? Because he said you could move a mountain. You tell a mountain to get up and it's going to move and be cast into the sea, it's going to be removed. Now, you could go talk to a physical mountain if you want to. I'm just going to say good luck. But if you understand what a spiritual mountain is, you understand where to find the gold, because it's in the mountains. The same for the jasper. These things are where they are. The sardius, all of these things. And then once you understand that these stones, which are considered precious stones, because metal is refined stone. No matter what you look at, it's a refined stone. The metals, the platinums, it's refined stone. You have to get it out. Okay? So if you refine these stones and you find like you found a stone, because a spiritual stone is a judge. Hence the stone tablets that Moses had, the tables of stone that he had, they wasn't what you think they are. Nothing is what you think it is. Everything that you think it is a lie right from the top. Because you don't know what a table is. So how could you? And I just told you what a stone is. So when you read about the stone that the builder rejected, that's the judge that the builder rejected. Who is that? That's Jesus. Yahshua, Yahuwah, whatever you want to call him, that's him, the Savior. So now, this is the resurrection, what I just read. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awaken. This is Daniel 12:2. Some to everlasting life. I've awakened to everlasting life. And some to shame and everlasting contempt. Because you believed in a lie. And now you can't go on living, because the lie you believed in God is the God of the living and not of the dead. Do you not pay attention to what you read? Because you don't even know that every letter is an entity. Every number, every sound, everything is an entity that was here before you was even thought about. Every those sounds, those are entities. And when you put them together to form a word, you summon those entities with it. You don't understand that. So if I put THEN together, when I say the word then, there should be a host of entities appearing. But you don't know how to see that, and then you don't know how to deal with it when it happens. This is not spooky. It's a mystery only because of what we've fallen into the ways. You gotta watch the 666 mark of the beast. Now, like I said, this is the resurrection right here. And this is the judgment right here. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. I'm shining on y'all. Shining came from the Lord before anybody else thought about saying it. I'm shining on y'all right now, but you can't see my countenance because it's too bright. You can't see me. You can't see around my brightness to understand me. So that leaves you, even though the light is shining, it leaves you in a state of darkness because you don't have understanding. Or you're not getting what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say is get it. If you ain't get this, go watch some of the other videos. You'll figure it out. I got like 4 minutes. And then it says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. Boy, so the firmament is all of these angels that's in this book. Because y'all keep looking up in the sky when what's going on is not in the sky. It's down here because you've been judged to be put down here, and you're all down here for a reason. But you're too caught up in your own craftiness to understand why we here to begin with. We're supposed to be like the Smurfs. We're supposed to be repopulating the universe and doing what we're supposed to be doing. But y'all can't figure it out. Because this is the generation that's supposed to be starting to do these things. But we're stuck. Like Chuck. Anyway. And then it says, hold on, let me get this thing, because, you know, act fun. Oh, wait, that's going to erase that. Oh, it's there. And they that turned many to righteous as the stars forever and ever. This is again judgment right here. And it says, and they that turn many to righteousness. So I'm turning you to righteousness right now. I'm telling you the truth. This is judgment. As the stars forever and ever. So what did my father just call me? I'm a superstar, bitches. I'm telling you the truth about what's going on, bitches. So I am a superstar. Because I'm doing it in righteousness. Oh, that's not holiness. You don't know what holiness is. You have no clue. The stuff these guys been teaching you down here, oh man, all these devils been teaching y'all for all these millennia is judgments on you. So you don't know what is what. I'm trying to tell you what is. What is the light of darkness? That's how you travel through darkness, is what? You have to ask a question to get an answer. Okay, so real quick. Oh, wow, that... But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book. Okay, so what did God just tell him to do? He told him to hide the definitions of these words from y'all. God told him to do it. And he told him to seal the book. I'm unsealing it for you. I'm unsealing it because this is what I need to use to judge you. So it has to be unsealed if I'm going to judge you. Even to the time of the end. Even to the time of the end. So what is he saying? Balance y'all out into the time of the end. Even is to balance. Even is the balances of judgment. So if I'm going to judge you, I could be harsh. I could be whatever I want to do. But I'm even because I'm just. And you don't know who just is. That's a damn shame. You don't know your grandfathers, your forefathers. Especially if you live in the blood. But anyway, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Why? Because it's all gathered. It's gathered here, right on the internet, for you guys to get and read. They put up a terrific website for those who is trying to get understanding. And me personally, I really appreciate it because it's helped. But you know, my self-study is what got me to where I am today. And then it says, and then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two. There stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. Now, you got to understand, it's a double-edged sword. So, If you holy, you in the middle. You ain't got to worry about either one of the edges. But if you on either one of the sides, those sides are warring against each other. I'm not on that side. That's why Jesus throughout time says, I am the Lord your God, and there is none beside me. Because if somebody's on the side of you, they're doing something wrong. So, I would like to go more in depth into this, but I am unfortunately out of time. So, you guys be blessed. Have a great evening. And better luck next time if you didn't get it. Better luck next time. Just try to go over to, hold on, let me go on my YouTube because my wife didn't walk in yet, so I can show you. And you know what's really funny and what really makes this interesting is that my wife, I tell her these things and she understands. Like, when I told my wife she wasn't a woman, she was like, what do you mean? Everybody gonna have that at first. If I come to tell you you ain't no man, you got a dingling between your legs, you gonna be upset. Same as being a woman that has some breasts. But that's y'all misunderstanding. Just know that the Father Spirit was like, yo, that ain't what I call the man. They'd be like, yo, that ain't what I call the woman. What the hell is going on down here? That ain't what I call peoples. That ain't what I call multitudes. Yeah, you keep thinking you're something that you're not. The word of the Lord will set you free.